inside this would be to do some checking. I'm not going to write the code for it, but check that the object implements those interfaces. And the general thing you'd do on that is you'd say object.getClass.getInterfaces, and then just check to see are the interfaces that were passed in that list. And if so, then you're okay. But that's a really good point, because otherwise, yeah, that would be a runtime thing. So much better to catch it at the time that you're defining the proxy than at the time you're actually calling those methods. Well, if you're unit testing all the methods, it would take care of that. But nobody actually unit tests every single method, right? Let's be honest. Okay, so but then that's one of the reasons I like static and strongly typed languages over dynamic languages, because with dynamic languages you have to unit test everything. The compiler's not going to help you a whole lot there. So anyway, but that would be a very good thing to test there. Let's put a little note in there. Okay, make some sense here. Okay, so this is a nice way to create a proxy or create a decorator that will decorate any type of object you want and do some extra activity with it. Imagine if you wanted to be able to remote this thing. So you want to be able to provide some remote interface implementations. We could have, instead of passing in the actual interfaces that this class implements, we could pass in interfaces that implement remote using Java RMI. And what this would allow us to do is when the remote method gets called, we can turn around and just call a real object. So you start off with a real object that doesn't even know about Java RMI remote. He just does normal business methods. And we could use this dynamic proxy here to put a Java remote interface on top of it without having to write any code other than like something like this. And it's like, sound familiar, Nate? I wrote that down.